In this morning show, we are here to inspire you about building your own business and helping you stay on track of your goals. It's a daily cup of motivation. A supportive group of women who wants to see you succeed in your business. And we'll support you every step of the way. Right in the morning. Just put your mind to it. Coffee with Nikkie. Wake up everybody in the morning. Wake up everybody. It's coffee with Nikkie, and we have to get our drink on. So educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Hey, we riding, yo. Wake up in the morning, 5 a.m. in the morning. I'm yawning, brainstorming when my mind is forming. Time to tune to this morning show early in the morning. Listen to Coffee with Nikkie. Oh yes, she's busy. If you need help, tune on the channel right with me. Strong, independent women, make it sound easy. Wake up everybody in the morning. Wake up everybody. It's coffee with Nikkie, and we have to get our drink on. So educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Hey, we riding, yo.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. How are you doing this amazing morning? It is a beautiful sunshiny day outside. It looks amazing out there. I told you things are starting to pop in my garden, which is not so much a garden yet. I have not cleared out the leaves and anything in there. Only thing that I started planting was peppers. I have a lot of work to do. I'm definitely going to get my garden started. I was debating if I was going to do it since the deer got me last year, but I'm like, you know what? I can't let that stop me from starting my garden so I can grow my own fruits and vegetables. So I'm not going to let it stop me. I am going to start a little late, but I'm going to start. So, and that is the point. So good morning, everyone. So today we are going to be talking about having some calm in this chaos. We're going to talk about pivoting and not panicking today. And I want to know what it is that you need for you to grow, right? And we talk about this often. We always talk about what you need to grow and what do you need for your business this week. But we're going to talk about it, but we're going to look at it from what's going on in the world right now, what's going on in the economy, what's going on with people's spending habits, what's going on with the administration, what's going on right now, and what are the things that we can do about it, right? Because some of the things we are beyond our control, and that is okay because life is life, and the life is going to do what life's going to do, right? So what is it that we can do that we can control, right? And so we're going to talk about that today. And there was some other stuff that I wanted to talk about too, because I'm listening to this girl, and she, I listen to her all the time, and she's always talking about, she does Bible study and stuff like that. And so, yeah, I'm gonna talk about that in a minute. But she has said something that really stuck out to me, and I was like, I don't like that. And so what I wanted to focus on is us focusing on hope, us focusing on the other side of the coin, because if we focus on doom and gloom, we're gonna get a bunch of doom and gloom. You know what I'm saying? It's just the things that we are in alignment with. And so yeah, we're going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about it today. So before we even get into it, let me check and see who's in the building, and then we're going to go for it. Today, I was going to just do like a multiple choice, like not multiple choice, but yeah, kind of multiple choice, but like scenarios, right? And see what you would do in this economy so that you can start just opening your eyes and just expanding your thought process to see what it is that you need to do in order to survive tough times, right? Because one thing's for sure, two things for certain, is that we're going to have tough times, right? Nobody is going to get out of this thing without having tough times. We are. And so by hook or by crook, we're going to get through it, right? So we're going to talk about that today. And yeah, let's get into it. My conversation went into a different direction, but we're gonna flow with it because I think it's a good one. So let's check and see who's in the building. And if you see somebody who's not in here, make sure you go on ahead and tag them. I did do the stream late, so I know that they may not have gotten the notification. So y'all make sure y'all tell them that we are still on today. So good morning, Miss Lois is the first one in the building. Good morning, Miss Lois. Miss Lois said good morning, everyone. everyone. I'm blessed and highly favored. Yes, yes, and yes. Good morning, Lakeisha Keisha. Lakeisha Keisha is up bright and early on the West Coast. She said, good morning, everyone, and happy Friday Eve. I am truly blessed. Yes, yes, and yes. Can I call you Rose? Because you're sweet like a flower in bloom. You hear my velvety voice? Good morning, Rose. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you doing this amazing morning? Good morning, Christina. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you doing this amazing morning? Good morning, Miss Anita. Miss Anita's in the building. She said, good morning, Coffee with Nikkie family. How are you doing this amazing morning? And if you go to my Instagram, you will see Miss Anita's candle. It's a limited edition candle. You'll see it burning on my last reel, so go check it out. And it's a limited edition, I told y'all, and it smells so good. It smells so good. Good morning, Melly Mel. Melly Mel is in the building, and you already know what Melly Mel says. She said, I hit the like button, I hit the like button, I hit the like, hit the like, hit the like button, I hit the like button, I hit the like button, I hit the like, hit the like, hit the like button. Good morning, Damien. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let us know if yesterday was helpful for you. Yesterday, if you were not here, we reviewed Damien's website. It is Open Mind Creations with a K, right? Open Mind Creations with a K. And we reviewed his website yesterday. Let us know if it was helpful. And yeah, that's what I want to know. Good morning, Larry from Mandel Handles. How are you doing this amazing morning? Miss Loy said, good morning, Anita. Good morning, Yolanda. Yolanda's in the building. She said, good morning, family. Good morning, Yolanda. Good morning, good morning, good morning. And I want to know from my members, y'all, is there anything that you need? So put it in the chat that I am here to serve you. So if to my members of my YouTube channel, is there anything that I can do to serve you? Is there any area that you would like to focus on? And let me know so I can get you some content over to you ASAP. Fito, as Sean would say, ASAP Fito. All right, so good morning, Yazzie Faye. Good morning, good morning, good morning. She said, good morning. Come on, Larry, tell them about it. Smash the like button, y'all. Smash the like button. Good morning, Miss Tracy. Miss Tracy's in the building. She said, good morning, everyone. Miss being here with everyone. We miss you too, girl. We miss you too. Emilio told me my prices are too low. You mean Enrique? Enrique told you your price. No, his real name is Emilio. We called him Enrique. Told me my prices are too low. Raise them. Do you know what your costs are? Right? Because sometimes we make prices and we look at other people's prices and we make a comparison. No. You need to see how much your products and your raw materials are costing you, how much time it takes for you to make your stuff, and then you make your time accordingly. How you want to price your how much you want to make off of it, how you price your product. That's going to be up to you. So yeah, you have to take a look at what you're using and see what your costs are. Yep. That's what you have to do. Yes, it was very helpful. I am so glad that it was. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, y'all. So let's get into it. I want to ask y'all, because I'm getting ready for next week and I want to plan out my weeks. I want to make sure that I have everything ready for you all, just in case you want to take notes. So I'm like, okay, this week we're going to talk about branding. This week we're going to talk about this week. I want to be able to have it like that so you all can be prepared for whatever we have going on, right? So what do you feel like you need to win in your business for next week? Like, what topic? What do you need to win for next week? Do you want to talk more about getting more sales? Do you want to talk about structure? Do you need more energy? Do you need more content ideas? What do you need to win in your business? I need to know so we could talk about it next week. And I'm writing it down now as we speak. So go on ahead and type it in the chat. What do you think you need in your business right now to win? What do you need? Put it in the chat. 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 I'm getting my little post-it together so I could have the topics together. And maybe I'll do a few. Or maybe we'll just focus on it for the entire week. All right. So I got sales and content. More structure. Okay. More structure. Okay, what else? What do you feel like you need? If you're looking at your business right now from the outside looking in, what do you need? Do you need more do you need help with clarity? Do you need help with engagement? Do you need help with finding your target audience? Do you need help with finding events? Do you need help with setup for events? Do you need like what do you need help with? What do you need help with? This is the perfect time for y'all to go on ahead and put it in the chat. Perfect time. And the majority is going to win. So let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. All right. So I need to know. Let me see what else do I have in here so I can make sure I got the questions out the way. All right. Engagement and finding events. Okay. Engagement and finding events. Got it. Creating systems. Great one. Come on. Creating systems. And I'm going to tell you why this is very important, because we are in uncertain times right now, right? But we're in uncertain times all the time, right? You know what I'm saying? Like nothing in life has ever been, oh, yeah, this is so amazing. You have some great pockets of time, but there's going to be some times when everything is going to be a challenge. Do we agree on that? If we agree, put one, put two if we don't. Right? There's going to be times when everything goes amazing. Then there's going to be times when things are going to be more challenging. There are going to be times when things just don't work out. There are going to be times when it's just like, oh, I feel like I need to throw in the towel. But that doesn't mean that you should quit. It just means that things are testing you right now. Right. And so you have to outrun the challenge. We already know that's something that I say all the time, right? We just have to outrun the challenge. We have to weather the storm because it's not going to stay that way forever. Right. And I say the same thing within this economy. Everybody is sitting here panicking. And I'm not saying don't panic and don't be, don't think that you too big for something to happen to you. No, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that this is not the time to panic. This is the time to plan. This is the time for us to prepare. This is the time for us to think outside of the box. This is the time for us to think what else is this, what is it that we can do that we are not doing now that can help us. Because one thing for sure, two things for certain, in any economy, somebody is going to thrive. There's going to be people that don't make it, and there's going to be people that are going to thrive. Okay, in any economy, we've been through this tons of times, hundreds and hundreds of years, right? Things have happened this way. We are going to be able to get through it. We just got to figure it out. Right? We have to figure it out. It may not happen in the way that we think. It may not happen with the habits and the things and the systems and the way that we are doing things right now. It may not happen in that way. So one thing that we do know that we're going to have to do, and I see Patricia's in the room, one thing that we are big on is pivoting. We are going to pivot. We are not going to panic. We are not going to panic. Is there going to be a time when we should panic? Perhaps. Is this the time right now? No, because all panicking is going to do is keep you fearful and keep you from, you're going to be scared to make a move. You're going to be scared because you don't know what's going to happen. You're going to be scared to make a move. You're going to be scared to do anything. And you're going to be fearful about everything that's about to happen. Nah. Who wants to live like that? What's the point of living like that? Right? What's the point of living like that? I'm not saying that things are not going to change and we're not going to have serious pressure. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, what's the point of you sitting there living like that? I'm going to share a story with y'all, and I'm also going to share something from when I was younger, right? And I'm going to put it into perspective for y'all. But let me check and see what I'm missing in the chat. Let me see. Engagement, finding events. Okay, I got that one. Creating systems, got that. PR packages. Okay, PR packages. Okay. All right. So yes. Okay. The biggest thing is understanding the metrics of social media engagement and finding events. Okay, so we'll do something like that. Analytics. Okay. All right. So, like I said, good morning, Patricia. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Kay's in the building. She said good morning and happy Thankful Thursday, ladies. Yes, yes, and yes. And we got the men in the room too. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's see. I'm not panicking. I'm staying cautious, period, and trying to be more intentional. And I agree. That's a great point, Miss Tracy. That is a great point. Organizing business funds, profit, labor, wholesale of and all the things. Okay. Let me see. Yes, pivot, don't panic. Yes. Yes. I am not in a panic. Influencer packages and systems. Listen, if you believe in God, and I don't know what anybody believes, but if you believe in God, then you should trust that, if you are prayerful, you believe in prayer for when things don't work out for you, or when you need to pay something, or when you know that you need things to work out, you on your knees and you praying, right? So if you believe that and what's going on right now, then what's the difference? Why wouldn't you still pray, right? Why would you panic when you know that you got God right? Let me call hotline. You know what I'm saying? If you know that, if you believe that for certain things, why don't you believe it for all things, right? And you may say, well, Nikki, it's in the Bible. They said this is happening. This is the end of days. This is how it's supposed to be. Da 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 da. So let me tell y'all something. All right. So, and I'm not saying that this is not right. That's not what I'm saying. So understand. I am saying, I was listening to this girl, right? I was listening to this girl, and I'm not gonna say her name, but I was listening to her, and she was talking about, getting prepared, and you should start stocking up, and you should start getting ready, right? Nothing's wrong with that. I believe in, me, I'm a conspiracy theory through and through, a conspiracy theorist through and through, right? So yeah, I do believe in preparedness. I do believe in those type of things, right? But so she's telling everybody, yeah, the great famine is coming, and you got to be prepared, and you got to do this, and you got to do that. Got it, right? And then so somebody asked the question in the chat. So if everybody is doing all of this, then what's happening? What happens after this, right? So she's saying all these things are going to happen in the world. Everybody is going to be starving, and I'm paraphrasing here. Everybody is going to be starving, and then you just got to make it through. And then somebody said, well, what's going to happen after that? And she's going to talk about that's the end. Then what are you fighting for? What are you fighting for to go through this great famine just to go to the end of the world, right? Like we are people that need hope, right? We are people who need to believe in something, right? Some people may be like, I don't believe in God, I'm an atheist. Well, you could be an atheist, but you do believe in something. There's some thread of hope in you somewhere. You're hoping for something, even if you don't believe that God is going to give it to you. You believe in that you could get it yourself if that's what you think, right? And so we are people that need some kind of hope, right? So why would I do all of that just to get to the end and just to be like, oh, this is the end, right? You need some kind of hope, right? And I refuse to live my life thinking that this is going to happen, right? And let me tell you something. We're living this time. Let's not even say this is something we know, right? Let's not even put this into perspective, the end of days. Let's not put in the great famine. Let's not say that, right? Let's just say we're just living life, and life is just so wonderful, and we just live, right? Every day that we live on this earth, we are not promised tomorrow. So we already have that on our head, right? We're not promised tomorrow. We don't know what's after this. So why not live in what we have right now? I was about to say in bliss, because I was about to give y'all some bars. No, but why not live what we have and have some hope, have some faith, enjoy it, because we don't know how long it's going to be here for. We don't know how long we're going to be here for. So since we don't know how long we're going to be here for, why not love what we have right now? Yes, there's going to be people who have a positive outlook on life, and they're going to expect positive things to happen, and you're not going to always think positive things, because things ain't always going to move in that area, but we can always have hope. We could always, you know what I'm saying? We could always aspire for certain things. And there are people that this life is miserable for them. They feel like they're locked in their bodies. Some people feel like that they're in a jail in their bodies. Like there's some people, it depends on what your outlook is on life, right? It depends on how you view your life to be. And I choose not to live my life in doom and gloom. It may be happening, but guess what? I choose not to live my life in doom and gloom. You can tell me everything that's going on in the world, but guess what? I'm going to choose not to live my life in doom and gloom, because this is my reality. And I want to say the same thing for you, right? This is your reality. Why would you spend your life thinking everything is going to just be miserable and you just waiting for the other what is it, the other foot to drop? You're just waiting for something negative to happen. And so if we believe in the law of attraction, if we do believe in alignment, then we know that if that's what we keep on believing for, we're going to get more of that, right? So if y'all know what I'm talking about, put ones in the chat. If y'all know what I'm talking about and y'all vibing with me right now, put some ones in the chat. If y'all like Nikki, you going a little too far with this, you could put a 2. You could put a 2. Let me know if y'all vibing with me. Let me know if y'all vibing with me. That's the end. Right. No, it's not the end. Right. Right. Until God says so. Listen, I got you. I said it right though, Melly Mel. No, it's not the end. Listen, I don't know. The end could be anytime. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? But one thing that I truly believe in is that I'm going to live I'm going to live my life. Every time every day, some days I do take for granted. I do expect to wake up in the morning. I do expect to, have a good day, or I do expect, just things to go my way, right? And sometimes it just doesn't happen that way. Somebody didn't wake up this morning. And since they didn't, why are you sitting here living in fear about what your day is going to look like? No, you should be living that day to the fullest, because you don't know what your next day is going to look like. You don't even know what your next second is going to look like. So why shouldn't you live it and be happy? One thing that really bothers me, and this is not about the church, but it's about just the way they speak, right? A lot of the times it's like we rush into death. I don't want to rush to death. I want to live in my life, and I want to enjoy what I have. I want to enjoy my time. Why am I rushing to death? I can't wait to meet my Lord, and I can't. Yes, that's great, but not right now. You know what I'm saying? I want to live. I want to live, and I want to do some things first. You know what I mean? And so we need to start living in the moments that we have and be present. A lot of the times we living in the past or the future, and we never really get to live in our present. And I'm saying that to say that yes, times are going to challenge you. Things are going to be difficult. Things are not going to always work out, but things in a perfect economy ain't going to do it. It ain't going to work out for you either. You know what I'm saying? If that's what you keep on thinking, right? You've got to start thinking that, okay, I got to start enjoying my life. I got to start enjoying the moments of my life. And I'm not even just talking about just your regular life. I'm talking about within your business too. There are things that aren't working out in your business because you haven't even focused on them. And I could look this way because it's me too. You know what I'm saying? There are things that needs to be fixed, and you're not fixing them. And it wasn't a great economy, you still ain't fix it. So now, because it's a bad economy, or think people are not spending as much, now you making an excuse. See, this is the reason. No, that's not the reason. You wasn't doing it before. So now is the time for you to pay attention. And now, since you know that things and times are changing, this is the time for me to okay, I need to start picking up things. I need to start making sure that I'm focusing on those things that I was sucking on, and I need to start improving on that. I need to start implementing certain things. I need to start trying new things. Like I need to learn a new skill. I need to do this. I need to do that. This is the perfect time for you to be doing all of that. All right, let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. Miss Tracy said the word tells us to still continue to live while we prepare. Come on. The Lord tells the exiles in Babylon to build houses and settle down. Listen. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. I hit the like button. God is moving in ways I don't understand. I just say okay and move. Because what are you going to do? What are you going to do? The world is full of negativity, and it's been that way since day one. If we believe everything that's in the Bible, the world's been full of negativity since the first day. The world's been full of negativity since Adam and Eve, okay? If that's what we believe. It's always, and how long ago was that? It's always going to be something negative. It's always going to be tough times. It's always going to be a challenge. It may always be a struggle. But let's make it worth our while, because we here. What comes after this may be paradise, but what's here right now, we got to work through. We got to work through. And according to some, this is a lesson. According to some, we came back to this life to learn something here that we need for the next life, right? Depending on what you believe in. Life is gonna life, period. It's not going to be a walk in the park. It's not. And don't use, oh, well, the president is doing this, and the presidents are always going to president and do things that's against the people all the time. It's gonna happen. But what are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? The world is full of negativity, it's overwhelming, but hope keeps us pushing. We may be struggling, but this is the only life you have. Live it boldly, period. Period. I'm going out this, okay? Live on E, okay? Give everything you got. Give everything that you got. First Peter 1:25, the word of the Lord endures forever. Let's see. My prayer is always to be taken from this life when my Lord is pleased with me and my deeds, and not a second sooner. Okay. Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I live my life with both scriptures. Come on, Miss Lois. Come on. My morning prayer is thank you for waking me. Thank you for waking me and help me gain wisdom for the things I don't understand. Let's get it. Let's go. Kay said that's one of her favorite verses. Listen, if he promises certain things, God, goddess, whatever you believe, promises certain things to us, then we should be living in abundance, right? And that depends on what abundance means to us. Abundance doesn't mean riches for everybody. Abundance may be good health. Abundance may be good food. Abundance may be good relationships. Abundance may be love. Abundance may, that it doesn't necessarily, everybody doesn't want to be rich, and that's okay. But everybody wants to be rich in a certain aspect of their lives, right? I'd rather be rich in health instead of being rich in wealth. And matter of fact, not instead, because both can be true at the same time. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to sacrifice my health so that I can have wealth, because if I don't have my health, then what good is the wealth? I can't live and enjoy it if I'm sick. You can't live and enjoy it if you're not well. So both things can be true at the same time, right? So I want to share this story. I remember when I was younger, a little girl growing up in the Bronx. There's this church, and I think they were in the middle of the concourse. I don't remember exactly where I remember them, right? And so they would be out there, and they would be on Fordham Road too, and they would have their signs that said the end is coming, the end is near, um, all the time, right? And this is how they were living their lives. I'm almost 50 years old. If I lived my life according to the end is near every single day of my life, I would have never been able to enjoy my life. I would have never been able to have a family. I would have never been able to go to school and finish school. I would have never been able to find my talents and make money off my talents. I would have never been able to make friends. I would have never been able to travel. I would have never been able to just do all the things that I'm doing and just enjoying life and enjoying places and spaces. I would never have been able to enjoy it if I lived my life according to what I saw. If I live my life according to the end is near, they would have these things. And what they did for me was they made it scary. They made it scary, and it's like, okay, well, you better do this now, because if you don't do this now, you don't know, God is coming like a thief in the night. He gonna come and get you. And it made it scary as a kid. You know what I'm saying? It made it scary for, and I'm pretty sure we've all lived like that, right? We've all, and let me know if I'm not telling, it from how you seen it. It made it a little scary for you to believe. And it wasn't until you got older when church didn't seem so scary anymore, and God didn't seem so mean anymore, and it wasn't like you got to live in fear every day because you just don't know. And I'm not saying that, again, it could have happened, it will happen, it may happen, whatever, right? But why would you live your life according to that? I'm pretty sure, and this is me and what I think in my mind, God didn't put us here for us to go through life thinking that every single waking moment of our lives, right? God put us here to live. right? He gave us free will to make choices, to do things. He gave us talents so that we can make money. He gave us love in our hearts. He gave us, you know what I'm saying? Like everything in our lives is something that we could be using. Why would you be put on this earth, or why would you sit on this earth to be miserable waiting for the end to happen? And what if, and like I said, every day ain't gonna be every day. Everybody's not promised the next day, right? So it's gonna happen anyway. So why not live your life to the fullest? If y'all with me, say y'all with me. If you with me, say I'm with you. The richest people are in the cemetery because they die with unused gifts and talents in them. Yes, that's Les Brown says that all the time, right? Because they died with the gifts that they had within them. They never gave the world the gifts that they had. They buried them gifts with them, right? And isn't that a parable in the Bible that a king or somebody gave the servants some gifts, and one of the servants had one gift or something like that, buried the gift. The other two went and multiplied the gifts. This is what God gives us gifts for. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, things get switched up and turned around, but I think that it's meant for us to live to the fullest. I think life is meant for us to live to the fullest. Faith is a verb. Yes, yes, yes. Mine is Proverbs 3. Come on. Hey, Metame. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How you doing? Listen, everyone can quote a good verse, but do you believe it and live your life according to it? Period. Allah, God in Arabic, before y'all come for me, listen, is merciful. Give yourself grace like he does. Period. Growing up in the black church was traumatic at times. I'm telling you, it was very traumatic. Like you lived in fear because you like, oh my gosh, God is gonna come get me. God, and that's what they do. This is what they do. This is how they control you. This is how they control you in the church. This is how they control you with the government. This is how they control you with the media. They need the fear to control you because they know that you're going to move or not move depending on how fearful you are. Right? So let me know. Okay, y'all with me? Okay, good. Because I sometimes I go a little too far. Sometimes I'm going a little left. So let me know. Let me know if y'all with me. Let me know. And so what I want to say again, this is something that is not new, right? It's not new. And since we know this, what can we do? It's not new, so what can we do? What can we do in our businesses? What can we do in our lives to be prepared? Or we may not ever be prepared, but what can we do to at least move in that direction? What can we do? Matthew 6:34 is the verse I say all the time. So don't worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself and will. And will. Some people don't understand it's a translation for the word of God. Listen, this is nothing new. Again, people are going to thrive in any economy. When the housing market crashed, there were people that were thriving, right? There were people that didn't make it through. There were people that had to start all over. There were people that had to get jobs. There were people that had to do different things, but there were people that thrived. And I know I was listening to Grant Cardone, and he said, when it crashed, he didn't have the capital to take advantage of the time. Now you hear that people with money say take advantage of tough times, okay? Because there are people that are going to thrive within these markets. Listen, everybody is not going to go under. There are going to be people that thrive. You just got to see what's missing and make it happen. People are always going to want to look good. People are always going to want to feel good. People are always going to want to smell good. You know what I'm saying? Like there are things that are going to happen, and you just got to make sure that you show up how you need to show up to show yourself of some value. Because there's people that are going to thrive and make it. You just got to figure out, what are you going to do? How are you going to pivot? What things do you need to do in order for these things to be true for you? Somebody is going to make it. It was time going on when COVID was happening. Everybody was cooped up in their house and they didn't know what to do. Guess what? Everybody figured out a way. They weren't working. They didn't know what to do. They weren't sure about what was going to happen. What did they do? They pivoted. What did people do when they were sitting in their house? They found a way. And that's going to happen with anything. So don't let these times or any times sit there and have you so stuck in fear that you do not move. If you're not moving right now, these tough times ain't the excuse. It's you. Right? The tough times ain't the excuse. This is you. It was before the tough times came, before all of this happened, before the administration happened. What were you doing in your business? Were you thriving in your business and all of a sudden the economy came and crashed and nobody's spending and now you don't know what to do? No, you wasn't doing all the things that you needed to do in the first place. So now you have to pick up the pieces and pivot. Just like I said, when everybody was stuck in the house, they learned the skill. When they stuck in their house, they learned how to start a business. Did it survive? Who knows? I don't know. Some people's businesses that started during COVID, they didn't survive because they didn't know what to do. They did not know how to pivot. They did not know how to communicate with their audience. They did not know who their true audience was. Let me tell y'all, I told y'all when I started 15 years ago, I had a makeup community behind me. So I already I came out the gate winning. I came out the gate with a customer base. I came out the gate with my first day making thousands of dollars in sales, right? My first day out the gate. But after time, because those were my makeup people, after time they dwindled off. And I had to figure out, because this is my business, right? I'm making bath and body products. Now I need to figure out who my customers really are. How do I find them? Where are my people? What am I doing? I had to learn about my products. I had to learn about what I wanted to do, what was going to sell, what wasn't selling, and stop wasting money doing that. I had to figure out a lot of things. And it's okay because everything is figured out above, right? It's okay to have to think and restructure. We think, oh, restructuring means, oh, that's it. I failed. I lost. I can't do it anymore. No, restructuring means you have to think about it. Go back into your think tank and think about the things that you need to do in order for this thing to be successful. Stop because you see a little challenge. Stop retreating. Stop retreating and saying, "Oh, I'm ready to quit because this ain't working out." It may not be working out because you're not working it, and so maybe you need to rethink about how you are approaching your business and start really doing the things that you need to do. That's going to help you grow and thrive. Again, if you weren't doing it before, this economy is not the excuse, right? And people are always going to be able to make it in any times of anything, right? Again, people figured it out during COVID. They figured out how to start a business. They didn't know what they were going to do, but they figured it out. There were people that figured the restaurants, they weren't making money. So what did they do? They said, oh, well, we can't have people inside. Well, we're going to do something outside. All of the restaurants in New Jersey and New York, they had outside seating. Pennsylvania too, outside seating. Right? Does this make a difference? Who knows? Do you still get COVID? Who knows? But guess what? They figured out a way. They weren't going to sit there and keep the doors closed. They said, I got to figure it out. And they figured it out. This is with everything that we do, y'all. Everything. So yes, tough times are going to happen. That's one thing that we know for sure. There's going to be tough times. There are going to be times that are going to challenge us. That's for sure going to happen. But what we need to stand true in is to know that whenever the challenge presents itself, that we are going to pivot, that we are going to stand up and do what we need to do to make things work for us. If y'all with me, say I'm with you. Let me check the chat. You're speaking real facts and the things we think, but don't talk about. Listen, we can live in our gifts, period. That's what God gave us the gifts for. That's what we have them for. We have them to share. We have them to shine our light on others. We have them to help others get to where they need to be. We have these things, and everybody's gifts may not be the same kind of gift. Somebody's gift may be a nurturing person. You may just be the person that somebody needs to speak to because they don't have a mother figure or a father figure, or you know what I'm saying? Like they don't have the family support. You may be that. Right? And that may be your gift. Everybody is not a nurturing person. I'll tell you that in a second. Everybody is not a nurturing person. Right? And so that may be something that you have. And just because your gift don't look like somebody else's gift to make candles or somebody else's gift to make millions, that may not be your thing. And it's okay. Right? But do, like Yaz said, live in your gifts. That's what you got them for. That's what you got them for. Metami says, continue moving forward. Set your goals, align your life and business, pray and act, period. Ain't nothing going to happen with you sitting there thinking and hoping. Nothing's happening what you thinking and hoping if you ain't got no action behind it. Faith without works is dead. That is Bible. That is Bible. So if you have to, you gotta work the faith. You gotta work the plan. Everything has to have some action behind it. There's nothing that's just going to happen with no movement. You gotta have some movement. Movement has to happen in order for the plan to come to fruition. Let me know if I'm speaking real today. Let me know. Um, Larry says, after reading the Bible full through twice, I learned I needed wisdom more than survival skills, especially coming from Detroit. Okay. Yes, Larry, we are built for more than survival. Live your life, period. Live your life. You can say job well done to yourself at the end of it. You know what I'm saying? I lived every minute the way that I filled every minute of my life with something that excited me, something that set my soul on fire, something that made me happy, something that brought me joy. I lived every moment to the fullest. That's what you want to say. Not, oh, I wish I would have, or I could have, or I didn't do this, and it was because of this person. You keep on letting other people be the reason why you ain't get something. It sounds crazy. It sounds crazy. Live your life. Live your life. Tap into what you loved as a child. That's you tapping into your true power. As we grow older, the world tells us what can and can't happen, and we start to believe it. Get back to the basics. Let me tell y'all something. One thing I tell y'all all the time is my son believes in his magic. If my son say something gonna happen, he believes it. Can't. There's nothing that his dad, his Sean, there's nothing that any of us could say that's gonna make him change his mind. His brother, he going whatever it is that he has in his mind. If he set out to do it, he's going to do it. He don't let nobody's negative talk, coaches, get into his head. Nobody. Believe in your magic. Believe in your magic. Well, Nikki, I don't believe in that woo-woo stuff. I don't believe in all of that. I don't believe in the law of attraction. I don't believe in alignment. I don't believe in you need to believe in alignment, because if you think negative thoughts, you're gonna just attract more negative things, and that's just life. Um, I was put on the earth to create and cultivate. Crafting is my creative release, and music is always played through every step of the process. Well, let's get it, Larry. Let's get it. Let's go. We as a people are resourceful. Remember that, period. We always will find a way. We can always find a way. I knew I liked you, Larry. Look at your last tough time and you still here. You better tell them that to me. Um, So when you gonna lean into your own understanding and act, pray, make a strategy, stop flying by the seat of your pants, and stay disciplined and act. Preach, preacher. Preach, preacher. I'm a pastor's child. I'm a pastor's child. I am Pentecostal. In other words, I will shout at a dime. I praise him all day long. You better. That's why we pray. Pray. That's why we pray. Pray. We got to pray just to make it today, right? Listen, we have to praise him in advance. And that's another thing. Yes, yes, and yes. Larry says he like you too. He look forward to building on the friendships in this community. You better get yourself to Houston, Larry. Y'all better get yourself to Houston, Larry. Oh, Larry, you from the D too? Yup. It's so cold in the D. Yes, born and raised, but I live in Connecticut now. Yes, East Coast, let's get it. It takes more energy to not believe than it does to believe. Listen. Even if you don't believe, you believe something, right? You could say, I don't believe in this, I don't believe in that. You don't believe in those things, but you believe in something. Something has happened. Even if you believe in your negative things that happen in your life, if that's what you believe in for, guess what? More of that's going to happen, because that's what you're in alignment with. That's what you're in alignment with. So, like I've been saying, uncertainty is not new. Things are going to happen. We're always going to have tough times, but the thing is that we just got to look at what's going on and how we can move. What's going on and how we can move. So now, okay, we know that tough times are coming, right? but we also know that they don't last long, right? So what is it that you can do today in your business or personally? What can you do right now to prepare for tough times? What can you do right now to prepare for tough times? I know I was talking about stocking up, making this, doing that, right? So if you believe that that's what's gonna happen, let me tell y'all. And again, I'm not saying that it's not going to happen. I'm saying be mindful. When everything was happening and the food was getting off the shelves, and we know we have the things that's going on with the tariffs and the food, and we got that going on right now, right? I was stocking up. I had boxes and boxes of pasta, canned goods, all kinds of stuff. I told y'all, whenever you get to the store, get you a bag of rice, stuff that's going to last a long time, and, just stock up and do these things. Now, I was doing that. And there's things in my closet that I did not, what's the word, circulate. Now I have wasted food. So now, I mean, I could keep it, but just in case, keep it just in case times get hard and you don't care. If you starving, you gonna eat expired, ain't gonna matter, right? But I'm like, we did all of this, and now it's a bunch of expired food. And I'm not saying don't prepare. I'm just saying if you are preparing, do it smartly. If you are stocking up, do it smartly. If you are doing things, do it smartly. That's what I'm saying. Think about it. Stop. Think about it. Think about what you're doing this for. Think about how you're going to do it, and think about what's the plan afterwards, right? So now you may have a bunch of things in your house, but you got to make sure that you don't let it go bad, because that's also a thing, right? So if you know that if it feels better for you to start stocking up, as you should anyway, then start stocking. If you know that you go to the supermarket and you got a little extra $5, and you know that your canned goods maybe 50 cents, maybe 75 cents, then get you an extra case of canned goods so you could put it in the closet. And you may not need it because the world is about to fall apart, or it's going to be the great famine. You may need it because money ain't coming in the way it used to, and you ain't got money to spend on food like that. You may want to do that because the prices is going up sky high to the, you know what I'm saying, to the heavens. The prices are going so high, you may not be able to afford a can of corn. So do it for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, do it for that. So if you have you have some extra, then go on ahead and grab it, right? But make sure that you are mindful about the way you're doing things. You got a little extra money. You want to get a, start setting up you a little cushion. Start putting it to the side. You don't want to put it in the bank? Don't put it in the bank. Put it in the shoebox. Put it wherever you need to. Put the money away. You want to invest in something? You got a little extra money? Do it. Stop making excuses to say, "Oh, well, I need to do this," and you sitting there panicking. If you're gonna do it, do it. Do it for other reasons. Do it for the reason that, okay, I'm making sure that my kids have something after this. You know what I'm saying? If I'm going, I want to make sure my kids have a little extra something. If I can't afford to get the food because the price is going sky high, at least I got food in my cabinet. I may not have the money coming in from this business. I may be unemployed, but one thing I do know is that I'm gonna have food. And I'm from the Bronx, and y'all already know that, right? But one thing that we do, if we can't do anything else, we can make sure that we can feed you. If we can't do anything else, we can make sure we can feed you. You may say, "Oh, you got $20." I may not have $20, but I could feed you. Are you hungry? You know what I'm saying? And so you have to think about what it is that you could do. What is it that you can do? So if you have to stock up, start stocking up, and don't go crazy and say you got to get everything in one time, because you don't. You got a little extra money, do it that day. You got a little extra money you want to put to the side for a rainy day, and I got my air quotes up, put it to the side for the rainy day. Is there something that you want to learn? Start learning it. You're going to need the skill. A lot of people are afraid to use AI, but guess what? That's the direction that we're going in. Learn how to use it so they can use you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about the software using you. I'm talking about if you had to pivot and you needed to work a job, and the job required you to be fluent in or proficient in using it, then you want to make sure that you are. Prepare yourself. Prepare yourself so that you're not stuck in a position of not being able to get or do. Y'all feel me? Y'all feel me? Let me know if y'all with me. Let me know if y'all with me. Shoot, I believe in God and his mercy, and that's all I need, period. Okay? Period. Metame says, try it for 7 days. Pray, make a strategy, then act. Believe in yourself and only entertain positivity for 7 days and take notes. Analyze the data like we should be doing in our business before we say it don't work. Period. We always quick to say something don't work. We quick to say something don't work. We got to make sure that we work it. We have to make sure that we work it. Stock up on canned goods. Get my seeds started, period. Buy seeds. I tell y'all all the time, y'all should be learning how to start something. All these recalls on the vegetables, y'all should learn how to start something. Green beans are easy. I can't say lettuce is easy because it ain't. Tomatoes are easy. Peas are easy. If you don't have nothing else, at least you can have some peas, some string beans, or some tomatoes. And if you have to freeze them, guess what? You can. All right, stock up on canned goods. Stock up on canned goods. Get my seeds started. Continue to focus on my content strategy and how I can offer quality products at a reasonable price for those who may need it. Period. Period. I've had full meals off dollar menu burgers and dollar store noodles and ketchup. I can survive in any environment. You better tell it. You better tell it. Listen, what do they say about faith? What do they say about faith, y'all? What do they say about faith in the Bible, in the good book? What do they say? If you get veggies from the store, keep the seeds, period. Period. We got to stop living in fear, y'all. Y'all have to stop. Y'all live in fear regardless. It doesn't even matter with the administration right now. It doesn't matter with the tariffs right now. It doesn't matter with all these things that's going on in the world right now. Y'all were living in fear before this even happened. Get out of there. Get out of there. Nothing good is going to happen there. Nothing good is going to happen there. Fear and faith don't live in the same sense. They don't live in the same sentence. They can't occupy the same space. They cannot. Hebrews 11:1 says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. Have faith. Have faith that things are going to work out. Have faith that you have faith in your skills. Have faith in your determination. Have faith in your God. That, you know what I'm saying? Have faith in your prayers. Have faith in those type of things. Don't live in fear. Don't let fear be the reason why it stops you from doing anything. Yes, a lot of things are going on and we got to plan accordingly, but we could plan accordingly. We don't have to get stuck in fear. We don't have to get stuck in fear. All right, James 2:17, faith by itself, if it is not accompanied by action, is dead. Faith without works is dead, y'all. For anything to happen, you must take some form of action, period. You better tell them, you better thank a union member. You better thank a union member. Stop, okay? And so I wrote on my notes too. I said, stop using this as a reason to not press the gas. Don't let this be the reason why you don't press the gas. You may say, well, Nikki, this ain't the time for me to grow my business. It's the perfect time for you to grow your business. This is the perfect time for you to see what is working for you and what is not working for you. This is the perfect time for you to see, I'm not making any sales right now. And this is the perfect time for you to figure out how can you make the sales right now. So when times are not like this, you know exactly what to do. And so when times are not like this, it's easy. It's a piece of cake for you the next time you got to sell something to somebody, because you already know what you got to do, because you had to convince them when you knew that spending was a little tough, when people were a little tight with their wallets. You already knew that. So now you know what to do. Use this as your fuel. Use this as your way to see, yes, things are not always going to work, but how can I make it work? What do I need to do? How can I think outside the box? What is the plan? What other plan can I implement? What other skill can I implement? What other services can I give to somebody that somebody can use? What can I do? What can I offer? How can I serve? That's what you should be thinking about right now. That's how you should be operating. That's the movement you should have. That should be the reason, that should be the thing that's building your momentum up, right? Yeah, things are tough right now. Now I got to think a little differently. Oh, you know what? It used to be easy for me to sell these candles. Now I got to sell these candles. How can I sell these candles? Well, I know I got to bring some more value. Now I got to let them know they need this thing. And now I got to let, you know what I'm saying? Like, people find money for things they need or they want. They do. Okay. I love the book of Job. Okay, let's get it. Deuteronomy 31:6. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of them. For the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. That's one of my scriptures. Listen, every young person should start with the book of Job. Listen, if one thing I want people to stop, and this is just me and my thoughts again. If I live my life the way in the fear of how the fear of the Lord, and I'm not saying you shouldn't be, but the fear of the Lord and how everything that you do, the Lord is going to punish you for. If um if I live my life like that, I would have never lived my life. We are 50, almost 50 years later. I would have never lived my life if I lived in that kind of fear. And there's a lot of things that happened within that 50 years. Like I said, I've lived my life. I've learned some things about myself. I've learned some things about the skills that I have, the gifts that I have, the services, the love, the affection. I've learned some things about myself. I learned some things about, there's some relationships that, you learn from those. There are just different things that you live. I see my kids grow up from babies to adults. Like there's so much of life that was happening within that time. If I lived my life in fear, I would have never done those things. Would have never done them things. So stop living in fear and allowing fear to be the reason why you can't move, why you can't grow, and why you can't show up. Stop allowing fear to be that thing. So that's what I got for y'all today. Let me know if today was good for y'all. It really wasn't going in this direction, but when I started writing my notes, I was, like I said, I was going to do some scenarios today. But when I started writing my notes, I was like, no, I think I need to talk about this. And actually, it kind of went into even more different direction when I started talking about it, actually, because there's a lot of things on my notes that I didn't say. So let me know if this was good for y'all. Let me know if today was good. Because again, tough times are going to happen no matter where we are and no matter what stage in life we are in. Tough things are going to happen and we're going to have to figure out a way to make it through. And I want to say, I want y'all to stay encouraged. I want y'all to stay prayed up. I want y'all to be in alignment with your goals. I want you to have a positive outlook on things. Again, that doesn't mean that you're always positive. That doesn't mean that you're always going to believe, because there are going to be times when you doubt, and it's okay to doubt because it happens, right? But even when those times happen, you have to, snap out of it and be like, okay, so now what I'm going to do? This is happening. What am I going to do about it? This is my lot in life. What am I going to do about it? Am I going to allow this to stop me, or am I going to allow this to grow me? Am I going to allow this to be the thing that, don't help me to move forward? Or is this going to be the thing that's going to make me learn all the things that I need to do so I could be even better than I was before, right? So I say all of that to say, again, to stay encouraged, stay prayed up, and stay faithful. Believe in yourself and believe in what you got. This time is this going to be more difficult times than this. And if you need to, and not if you need to, you do. If you have a little extra, stock up. You got a little extra, put it to the side. You know what I'm saying? You need a skill, start learning. That's what I got for y'all today. So y'all make sure that y'all following me on all social media. I am Bubble Babes. That's BABEZ University everywhere on social media. If you would like to join the community, it's absolutely free to join. That is bubblebabesuniversity.com. It's free to join, absolutely free to join. If you are a member, sign in. If you're not, sign up. We are here Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for Coffee with Nikki, your daily cup of information and inspiration. If you have not hit hit the bell. Make sure you hit the bell so that you can be notified when we go live. Again, we go live 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday. Tomorrow is our game day, so it's our fun day Friday, and so we will be doing some scenarios tomorrow. So make sure y'all tune in tomorrow. What else do I want to share? If you would like to join my membership, you can join. It is right next to my name. Join my team right there, and I will be sharing things with you on your business and things like that. So yeah, that's that. Let me see the comments in the end. Miss Lois says God is merciful and forgives us sevenfold. No condemnation. Come on, Miss Lois. The world forces fear on you instead of trying to understand what's going on. Yes, because they can control you with fear. If you make people scared enough, they're going to move the way you want them to move. You make people scared enough, they're going to do exactly what you tell them to do. That's the point of fear. When times are hard, people look for escapes. So why not your product? Sell the escape. You better tell them, Damien. You better tell them. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This morning's fellowship is what is needed. This morning fellowship is what's needed. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much, Larry. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yazzie Faye is at Melodic Sense. Miss Lois is at Be Quenched. And everybody else, you can put it in the chat. So that's all I have for y'all today. Live your life to the fullest. Live your life to the fullest, and don't be naive, right? Don't be naive. But we can still move, do things that are good for us, and prepare and live an abundant life at the same time. All things can be true. All things can be true. So I absolutely love y'all. I appreciate all of y'all for rocking with me this morning. And I pray that you all have an amazing day. And I will talk to y'all later. Bye.